Welcome to the ACC on ESPN. It is a big Monday. Clemson about to face North Carolina just 2 days after going 12 rounds with Duke. Then on Saturday, they were flying high inside this building, Little John Coliseum. It was quite a sight as Clemson done a better job than they did here at Clemson. And we are underway as the Tigers win the opening tip. They come in with 19 wins. North Carolina 14-10. Carolina with a little tweak to their lineup. We'll get to that in a moment. Here's Chase Hunter, the top scorer, to float one up there and a miss, but tipped out by Shefflin. Locking straight on, will drop that in. He's coming off a huge day against Duke.
He absolutely is, and Van Leuven closing out short. We know that Victor Locken can knock down the three ball. You've got to run him off the three-point line, not give him open looks.
Locken with 22 on Saturday. He had only played 15 minutes in that triple OT loss to Georgia Tech, so that made all the difference. Shot clock is down to 5. The pass inside and a nice job for Tripp.
Was a top 5, the first top 5 win for the Tigers this year, and of course was significant in a double-double against Duke on Saturday.
Davis through the lane and out of the corner. They'll knock down the 3 on target. Withers defending out Saturday's 1-point win over Pitt. 67-66. That's all they play, it seems, is one-possession games.
And they're used to being in close games. Hubert Davis told us earlier today he's just used to it now as R.J. Davis is able to get to the mid-range. He's been shooting the basketball much better over his last 4 games.
Really quick turnaround between these two. Little John was really warm as Hunter drops in a three-pointer.
Was the spot where Chauncey Wiggins filled, but Dylan Hunter making such an impression on Brad Brownell on both ends of the floor as he does there with the Tigers getting the turnover.
Lockett feeling it. Drops it in from three-point land.
Then Van Leuven once again closing out short. He's already shown you that he can knock down the 3 ball. You've got to get out and take Victor Locken off that 3-point line.
Cadeau with the dish and a quick strike by Lubin, who's coming off 17. He was and again tapped out high, and another chase for that. Still alive. Carolina picks it up. Lofted out for Davis. Moving it inside. Washington for the slam.
And that's an area where Jalen
and Jackson did not score Saturday for the first time all season. Wiggins will swing it. Jones, the ultra quick freshman. Wiggins back and outside for 2. Nice little floater.
Then making the trip to Hawaii, first playing against the University of Hawaii in Honolulu and then Maui Invitational. But they're just used to playing in close games and expecting it down the stretch.
Zachary, tough shot off the window, and he'll be headed to the line. Now the heady point guard out of Salem, Wisconsin.
Dribble handoff action at the top of the key. No one leaving the shooters on the perimeter, so Jay-Z making the right play, getting to the rim.
Zachary, good foul shooter, 85%.
Player of the year in R.J. Davis to see if he can keep him from getting going.
Dribble to drive it and deflected away by Hunter. Wiggins will line up a long one. He sticks it.
OB, there are 6 of them opportunities in transition.
Jackson left it short. And again, the Tigers collapsing on him.
Oh, great hands by Jackson.
Jackson coming from behind on the theft pile, tiptoeing through for 2.
One win on the road for Clemson. They're looking to stay right in the top spots of the ACC.
Lockett has already hit a couple, driving it and short with it. Foster working hard underneath, will draw the foul.
But here's the question. Will he get free throws? He should get 2 free throws on that one.
North Carolina with their 3rd team foul. There were those who didn't think they even belonged in the field, and yet they went all the way to the Elite 8. And 7-3. Particularly on the offensive glass. It's been a big issue for North Carolina all season long.
Yeah, it's a telling stat in their wins and losses.
Shredding the D, and it's Locken coming out of nowhere, but the follow will up and in by Lubin.
That's a
Jones thought about it. Put the head down, he lost it. Picked up by Trimble. Trimble on the return, lays it up and in, and he's off to the foul line. So FSU Miami And Virginia Tech, of course, Duke as well, left on their schedule.
And we see a switch up right here, OB. North Carolina going to go with the diamond 1-2-1-1 pressure. You try to get it trapped to see if they can find a way to turn Clemson over. Oh, and it works. Just like that, mishandling the basketball by Hunter.
Jackson with a scoop. Follow won't drop. Comes right back for Trimble. He stays with for the first time since November game against Auburn.
OB, Seth Trimble actually leads North Carolina in rebounding, which is very rare. Drake Powell with the big rejection on the other side, but give Foster credit for sticking to it.
And banks in two. You were talking about Powell before the game as maybe a pick.
But once he puts his head down going to the rim, it is hard to stop him from getting the shot he wants.
Back out for Davis. Shot clock to 8 as he flips it up there and hits the triple.
And that's just a great individual play. Great offense beats good defense every time. Dylan Hunter played good defense, but RJ played great offense.
Locken with another 3 on the way, and he's hot here in the first half.
He's been the guy, OB, and he carries.
Big time defensive play once again for the Tigers. Here's Hunter to launch it, and a 3. Defense into offense. Carolina looking for the answer. Downstairs, a quick strike for Lubin.
But that's the concern when you play against Clemson. Can you make enough twos to beat them when they're making threes at this clip? 6 of 9 from beyond the arc.
And they will foul Zachary on his way to the 10.
Want to use that 3 as a weapon here today.
But for a lot of that game, they were shooting about 58%. 9 on ESPN. Zachary with another one. Zachary denied on the baseline. Out for Chase Hunter. In his 6th year for Clemson. Locken again. Little bounce. Up and in for 2 more.
He's been a go-to guy for them. That's his first basket inside the paint.
He's the funniest guy on the team, and he's done it before a little bit in Russia.
I would absolutely go see that. Now, I'm not sure I'm going to buy a ticket, but I would absolutely take my comp ticket to go watch Victor Locken on stage.
Oh, another one here. You may be buying a ticket to see him play this game at a very high level. Gives it up for the wing jumper, but that won't drop for Withers. 32-25. Locken open again. Man, is he feeling it. Another 3-pointer.
I tell you what, OB, has he had himself a 48 hours. The first half tonight, what he did against the Blue Devils on Saturday, Victor Locken is absolutely locked in.
Underneath, a quick strike for Davis.
Get other guys back in to come up with the defensive rebound. Of course, none better than Ian Shefflin to be able to pick it up.
Jake Highbreeder gives it up. And a difficult shot. He made it. Shefflin will also be headed to the line, looking for a 3-point play. 10:30 Eastern, 7:30 Pacific.
It's taking me a little while to get used to that.
And Ian Jackson.
But I can tell you right now, everyone here watching is going to walk away saying, hey, we need to take a look at Victor Locken. This big fella might have an opportunity.
Look at Powell handle the ball, too. Withers on the baseline and a shove right along that line with 9 seconds.
Marketing tool.
They did such a great job for Dickey the other day, welcoming him back. Davis with a follow away, knocks it down.
And once again, a nice individual play by RJ Davis, who has 9 points. But Obi, look how difficult it is for him to get looks.
Yeah.
We're talking about the ACC Player of the Year a season ago, and it was averaging over 20 points per game. It's been a struggle for him to get those opportunities, and the lack of an interior presence has allowed teams to really hone in defensively on RJ.
Really missed Armando Bacot all season long. Locken again. He's been too much to handle so far.
And look at what the interior presence does for the Tigers on the other end of the floor. Other guys get an opportunity to eat because Locken is able to dominate in the post.
Kiddo penetrating, spins it up and in for 2. Most of the Carolina shots have been really tough.
They really have, and you got to think about the fact that Locken is in the painted area. He does the job defensively as well, already with a couple blocks in this game.
Ian Jackson ready to come back on. Knocked in by Zachary.
that well. I'm absolutely looking every opportunity to be able to get his shot up.
He's in the lane for a short one. It rolls around and out. He gets it back, and two more.
And give Dylan Hunter a tremendous amount of credit getting his hand on the basketball, knocking it free.
Powell into the paint with a turnaround. Too strong.
But Chauncey Wiggins able to slide his feet. And the size advantage for Wiggins at 6'10" absolutely shows up when he contests shots.
Hunter just kept on driving. Play before the break. Chase Hunter, 44% beyond the three-point line. Shefflin, shot clock to 7. Shefflin keeps on driving it and scoops in 2. That is a big against Georgia Tech this week. He had 20 rebounds against Kentucky. Last seconds of the half. North Carolina's gone 4 minutes without a point. Cadeau with a bump and ends that drought. Time for a heave. Zachary got it off, but it's going to be well short. But that first half was mostly all Clemson.
42 free throws. So once again, I was wrong, but you know, that's okay.
Doesn't happen very often. You tend to work a lot in the NBA as well. That is out for Cadeau. Here comes Davis on the penetration. He'll scoop it in.
R.J. Davis getting downhill. The question for North Carolina is, can they start to get something going from beyond the arc? They were only 2 of 8 in the first half from beyond the three-point line, and now you see them back defensively in a zone trying to find a way to slow down this Clemson Tiger team.
R.J. with 11. And a quick strike again. Hunter on target. They have been shooting the threes.
And playing zone against a team that's shooting 38.8% from beyond the arc in ACC play is different as Victor Locken becomes Victor blocking on the interior. OB, he's getting it done on both ends of the floor. Elliot Cadeau trying to attack, but Victor Locken playing center field. His 3rd block of the evening. Thus.
And Shefflin still working, trying to keep it alive, hits the deck. Davis tore it away. R.J. Davis, and blocked. Chase Hunter. Outstanding defense. And a tangle and a foul. Shefflin going body to body there with Jalen Withers.
OB, in preparation for this weekend, I watched a lot of Clemson basketball. And one thing you often see is Chase Hunter with chase down blocks. And he comes up with another one here. Duke to tie or take a lead in that game. He comes up with another chase down block.
Hunter just threw that one away. Right to Davis. He'll lead the break. Difficult angle, lays it in.
And Lockton was trailing that one, looking for an opportunity. But he's been really all the offense for North Carolina, but he's had to work so hard to get his buckets. We talked about how many of them have just been great individual plays in the first half.
Zachary going airborne and a blocking foul as he hits it. He's headed to the line.
Double figures for the Tar Heels, and he's 6 of 8 from the field. Seth Trimble 3 for 5. Other than that, no one else is shooting close to 50%. So all the offenses come from those 2 guys.
Withers, who got the start tonight, just picked up his 3rd foul for North Carolina. Cadeau can't get it to go, but there is a foul on the play. Stops the clock at 7. Hits 30% from three-point land. And a lot of teams simply
on this North Carolina bench right now. Hubert Davis is up. He's going to be energetic. The 3, that would have been a little too much if Chase is able to knock that one down.
You're begging if you think that should happen, right? Davis fires it up there, but no. Powell kept it alive. And that one goes down for Cadeau. And again, not his forte. It's Locken with another touch. Going to work and block. Good defense there by Washington to stay right in his face. Davis finding Powell, and a foul by Hunter. And a 15-point lead for Clemson.
When he took the job, he wasn't really about the general manager position, recruiting standpoint, but also to help with the student-athlete experience in Chapel Hill. In college basketball, the transfer portal, NIL, bring a different element, and you have to have someone that can concentrate solely on that.
Hunter has to get a shot up with a shot clock winding down, and down it goes for 3.
Shooting from beyond the three-point arc when they're on the road.
Clemson by 18. Davis with a bounce feed. Cadeau downstairs. Powell going up strong for 2.
Nice play by El. Concern for North Carolina as they get back in the zone defensively right now. But the way Clemson's shooting the basketball, a zone is absolutely dangerous when you've got so many shooters on the perimeter.
Wiggins got a nice look as he turns around and sticks it to his size.
This crowd is nowhere near as loud, but you can only imagine how they party on Saturday night.
Carolina forcing the turnover on the run out. Here's R.J. Davis to lay it in.
Nice job by Cadeau leading Davis right into that layup, throwing it ahead, allowing him to track it down and get the easy one. But North Carolina going to need many more of those miscues from the Tigers to try to get back into this one.
Clemson has popped back into the top 25 with today's national poll at number 23. Hunter way downtown. And another great touch on it as the Tigers trying to run them out of Little John here tonight on a big Monday. Baylor and Houston to come. Shefflin with the swing. Hunter again, and he's starting to feel it. He's getting into a shooting groove. He's up to.
And it's been a struggle for Ian Jackson as of late. You mentioned scoreless on Saturday for the first time in his career and unable really to get much going here this evening as well.
Oh, what a move there by Zachary, and a blow by and a reverse for.
Yeah, attacking the basket, the nice reverse, and then as he goes against 2 freshmen.
2.
Just a veteran play by Jaden Zachary, a.k.a. Jay-Z, who has a huge smile on his face. He's kind of the uncle of this team, OB. He's one of the older guys, but making plays with young legs.
Cadeau will knock it down. Big advantage there, and they have all night.
But one thing we haven't seen a lack of effort from R.J. Davis. One thing's for certain, and R.J. playing in his 5th year has absolutely been giving North Carolina everything that he possibly can. As Seth Trimble gets the transition bucket, Hubert Davis trying to urge his team to get up 94 feet.
Under 8.5 to go here at Clemson. Hydebreeder on the attack will lay it in. Of course, they're expecting him to try a 3.
Him up, trying to orchestrate what he wants offensively while using time on the shot clock.
You might have thought coming off the great win against Duke and the court storming and everything else, as Zachary pulls up and drains it, that there might be a little bit of a letdown.
Zachary has done as of late. They have different guys to step up at every moment.
And he comes up with one here. Zachary on the attack. Dylan Hunter sticks it. He knocks down a 3. And this is turning into a runaway.
Travel cross country to come over and battle against North Carolina and Duke, etc. Give them a lot of credit for the way they performed in year 1.
Many trips across the country. A whistle here with 16:33 left. Alabama, despite the huge victory over Florida over the weekend.
And because Duke and Auburn have been the best teams nationally this year, I don't have a problem with Auburn remaining at number 1. And again, Alabama has the losses that Duke and Auburn don't have. And so when you consider that.
The shot near fast, 4.9. Wiggins turns and drives, slams on the brakes, lost it, draws the foul by Trimble.
That's a bailout.
Wiggins out of Grayson, Georgia. He was high school teammates.
Gotta imagine that was a pretty good high school team.
Didn't lose many. Again, broken. Now it's Zachary to bounce it here for Dylan. Chase on the move. Off the fake, draws the foul. And he'll be shooting here.
It doesn't matter whether their team is playing or not.
Doesn't matter which sport.
Tenured ACC head coach.
That's correct.
When you consider the fact that so many, Leonard Hamilton, he will be
when
Leonard Hamilton
finishes.
leaves. Yes,
correct.
Who's announced that he will be stepping down at the end of the season.
Good follow-up, up and in for 2 by Lubin. Dabble, by the way, is pretty talented among coaches on the pickup game. And another quick strike by Carolina as Withers will lay it in. Davis off the fake against Hunter and swatted away by Locken.
And for what he hasn't done on the offensive end, he's done it defensively. Right now, a 22-point lead over the rival North Carolina Tar Heels.
You know, Seth said it, you know, during the first half when he had a studio hit with us, and he was complimenting the vet. Hunter has been a show in the second half with a dozen.
Yeah, Chase Hunter, Jaden Zachary, those two guys have really stepped up in the second half as Withers gets the offensive rebound. Give it to North Carolina. They're still playing with some effort, but the execution hasn't. They went into halftime with a big lead, but when you have that type of veteran leadership, they're not going to give that lead away.
16 for Zachary. He averages 11. The turn and fire, and that'll rattle home for Davis.
On the all-time leading ACC list in scoring.
That'll be Trimble with a foul. Just over 3 minutes to go.
Make Kamamalawas have to work on the defensive end of the floor. You come out in this game, and North Carolina changed their lineup to try to match them up front. Victor Locken knocks down 3 threes, and all of a sudden, Clemson shooting the basketball extremely well. They're 12 of 22 from beyond the arc, which has been a weapon for them all year. They didn't have to use it against Duke, but they used it here today.
Locken commanding the ball, spins to his right and banks it in.
Block shots to go along with 6 rebounds, 9 of 16 from the floor. You couldn't have asked for anything more of Victor Locken.
Absolutely. Jaden Zachary bounces it here for Chase Hunter and a slam.
And outstanding for the Tigers now with a 23-point lead here at home.
Tying his season high with the 5 blocks. Wiggins can't bury that, and a whistle with 1:32 to go.
Where Clemson couldn't beat North Carolina. Well, that was in Chapel Hill, but they went this evening.
Man, did they ever. This has certainly not been explosive either.
Ian Jackson, his first 2 points in the last 2 games. And again, Carolina needs his production to be successful.
Hydebreeder turns
to the wire with the Blue Devils to see who is the ACC champion.
This will be a quad 1 for the Tigers. It'll also be their 20th win of the season. They will improve to 20-5 on a run out and a whistle. The season title very much up for grabs again after what the Tigers
basketball, and of course no stranger to going and getting wins on the road. So Brad Brownell understands that his defense will travel, not scared at all of any environment that they'll see on the road.
Comes spinning inside, comes out free to Powell. Up ahead, and Tyson will lay it in. Cade Tyson's brother Hunter played at Clemson.
Hunter's probably going to reach out to Cade after this one.
85-65. Clemson drubbing North Carolina tonight on a big Monday. They knock off Duke and North Carolina in back-to-back games here at Little John Coliseum. And a crowd loving it here, and so is Brad Brownell as they improve to 20-5.
Clemson playing great basketball on the year. Another 20-win season for Brad Brownell, who I think is maybe the most undervalued coach in the country, but he's got his team playing great basketball as we get down the home stretch of ACC play.
Their largest margin of victory ever against Carolina.